So let me show you now how to draw a more complex molecule. By now you've had a little bit of practice, or at least you've seen how to draw some more simple molecules. So this is an assignment that you're doing in lab where you're going to draw a molecule that has some stereochemistry in it. These are the wedges and hashes. So the molecule that we're going to draw is digoxin, or digoxin. I don't quite know how to pronounce it. That's shown over here in Wikipedia. And what I want to do is I want to draw it in ChemDraw, just for practice. So when you look at something like this, you don't want to draw everything freehand. When I'm looking at this structure over here, I can see a lot of 6-atom rings. Some of them are fused together, some of them aren't fully complete. But what I find normally easiest is to just draw the rings and then erase things that I don't want. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rings all in a line here. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I can even have these two OH groups as a ring as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to erase anything that I don't want. So I don't want that and that. I don't want, so my next ring is totally intact, but then I don't want this bond in the next ring. And then in the next ring, I don't want, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want this bond. And if I get confused, I can just start to draw in the things so that, and erase the other stuff later. So I'm just going to do that. So I need an OH here and an OH here. And I need an oxygen here. I need a wedge pointing straight up on that carbon. I can draw straight up and straight down pretty easily freehand. So I need a hydrogen pointing straight down here. So that's an H. I need an OH here. Okay, and that gets a little bit crowded, but I'll show you how to fix that in just a second. I need an oxygen here. And then I need a hash straight down right there. I need another oxygen here. I can just double click and it'll automatically put the oxygen in. I need an oxygen here. And I need an oxygen here. And I need an oxygen here. And now I can start to erase again. I need those erased. Everything else seems intact for now. So let's get the stereochemistry right on some of these. So these two need to be hashes. So I just went over to the tool and just clicked on the hash thing. There are a couple that need to be wedges. Actually, I need another hash here, so let me go ahead and put that in. So there's the hash that goes there, and then this also needs to be a hash. So I need some wedges. I already got this wedge here. This needs to be a wedge. This needs to be a wedge. That needs to be a wedge. There is a wedge hydrogen on that carbon. And sometimes they show the hydrogens just for emphasis. Typically in a skeletal structure, you wouldn't be showing the hydrogens bonded to carbons. But sometimes they do show them for emphasis. So here I need an OH. So put an OH there. and then, so I've got this ring, so now I need a ring up here. And then that is bonded to a 5-atom ring. And then there is a wedge going from the 5-atom ring to another 5-atom ring. Put the other 5-atom ring right there. And then let me fill in the rest of the groups now. I've got a wedge here, a wedge pointing down there. I've got a wedge up there. I've got a wedge here, a wedge here, a wedge here. And I think that's all of the wedges. And then I can fill in some of the atom labels. So OH, double click here for another OH. There's an H here. Double click for H there. I have a hash there with an H. Double click for the H. So remember that the computer will remember any, it'll remember the last atom label that you put in. There's a wedge there. And then let me get my carbonyl group here, my C double bond O. So there's an O here. Oops, not an H, an O. There's an O here. And there is a double bond there. And I think that that is correct. Now, if you don't like how crowded some of these things are, what you could always do is just expand, just grow the molecule, and then it's a little bit easier. And so let me give this a label, digoxin. You may be curious to know what it's for, and you can read the Wikipedia page. But anyway, so there's the structure, and what you're going to do is you and your partners are going to end up having 4 structures on your ChemDraw file, and then you're going to upload the ChemDraw file directly. So what I should probably do is I should probably save this somewhere, and I would save it as digoxin, and I'll put it in my Chem 241 folder.